Good morning, everybody. I wanted to make sure that the Wi-Fi was working right. Happy Saturday. It's good to see you. I'm all into my new offices in downtown Freeport, and I'm sore from carrying things upstairs. So how are you doing on progressing towards your goals? How are you coming? Are you looking at them every day? Are you visualizing your outcomes every day? We've been talking a lot about state management and the importance of state management. Why is it so important? First of all, how do we manage our state? And next week, I think it'd be a good idea if I went through this again because it's just so important. But remember that three things manage our state. Number one is our physiology, our physical body. And nothing changes your state faster than a radical change in your physiology. If somebody is depressed, if I were to ask you, there's a door over here, and behind the door is somebody who's unbelievably depressed, what would they look like? And you all could tell me. You all would say that they would be down, that their shoulders would be down, that their head would be down, that their breathing would be shallow, that their focus would be down, that they would move slowly, not quickly. You would know how their bodies would work. And at the same time, if I told you that somebody was behind that door who was ecstatic, they had just gotten engaged, they had just won something big, they had just accomplished a great result, and what would they look like? And you would immediately know that they would be up. Everything would be up. Their focus would be up. Their energy would be up. And in fact, for humans to celebrate, to truly celebrate, our arms need to go into the air in order to celebrate. People who have been blind since birth, if you watch the Paralympics, if you watch the Special Olympics stuff that goes on, the Paralympic stuff, not the Special Olympic stuff, that goes on after the traditional Olympics, somebody who is blind will celebrate the exact same way as somebody who's not. There is a physiological requirement for us to feel elated. Our arms have to go up and we have to go up into the air. Well, why don't we do that all the time? Well, because we feel that society tells us that we're not supposed to do it all the time. But understand that physiology is a requirement. So how you handle your physical body decides how you feel. If you're up and you're focused and your breathing is deep and your energy is up and you're moving quickly, you're going to feel completely differently than if you're down and your breathing is shallow and your energy is slow. And you can control all of those things. So the number one way that we control how we feel is our physiology. Never forget and underestimate the power of your physical body. We told kids, hey, if you don't feel good, go outside and, go run around, go do something. And then we forget those lessons when we get older. So the number one way that we control our physiology is our physical body. And then number two is our focus. Whatever we focus on, we get, and our belief, focus/belief. Whatever we focus on and what we believe about that. And like I said, I'll go through these again next week. We'll do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Focus/belief, and then language. How we language things. These are called the Triad of physiology, of state management. Physiology, language, focus/belief. So how we language things. Do we say something is horrifying or devastating? End of the world, tragic. My nail appointment got canceled and it was devastating. Was it really devastating that your nail appointment got canceled? Is it really that much of the end of the world? The team lost and it's the end of my life. Is it really? It's the end of your life because the Cubs lost. Is that the end? It really matters at that level. But language gives the meaning to the event. So how we language things defines it for us. So if we say that I'm breaking down, then you are. You could also say that I'm breaking through, instead of breaking down. That's why we do these incantations and we do all this stuff, because it impacts your state, because it impacts your belief, it impacts how you think about things, it impacts the language that you put on things, and all of these things help you manage your state. And why, again, is that so important? Well, number one, we have to remember that our brain is always kind of fighting us. There's always this little bit of a struggle, and it depends on how long you've conditioned yourself to feel a certain way. But our brain is designed to protect us and to protect us back when things could eat us at any time. So that's why we hear about the reptilian brain, because we have a brain that was developed to protect us millions of years ago, and it still operates in that fashion. So it tells you to be cautious all the time. That's what it's designed to do. So every time you go to do something, there's part of your brain that's going to tell you, do you really want to do that? Should you really do that? So you gotta resist that. You gotta know that that's gonna happen. You gotta know that your brain is gonna work against you a little bit. So don't be upset. Just say, thank you, brain. Thank you for trying to take care of me and protect me. But this is the direction that I'm going to go. Because if you're going to achieve your goals, you're going to have to do some stuff that's outside of your comfort zone. That's just how it works. That's what makes it so great, is when you get outside of your comfort zone and you achieve that thing that you didn't think was possible. That's where the real juices of life are. So know that that's going to happen, that reptilian brain is going to pop up and it's going to tell you, are you sure you want to do this? Or this isn't such a good idea. That thing's going to happen. And so you have to manage that. And all of these books that talk about the different ways to get yourself to do things, to end procrastination, are all really about how we manage that reptilian brain. So whether it's the 3-2-1, or it's Tony's approach, or it's Jim Rohn's approach, or whatever, it's all the same idea that you've got to manage that state so that you get past that barrier, you get past that brain trying to stop you and telling you that any of these things that you want to accomplish are a bad idea. Everybody that does something significant was told that it wasn't going to work. That's why we continue to tell these stories, because not only do they inspire us, but they change our belief system. And by changing that belief system, we control that reptilian brain. So know that there's always going to be this little bit of a struggle, and embrace it. Okay, so my brain's, going to struggle with me a little bit. So every morning you should look at your goals. Every morning you should look at your roles. Every morning you should look at those things that you're going to accomplish and upload that stuff first thing. I roll out of bed in the morning. I talk to you guys. I get my little cup of coffee. And then I go to my charts and I use Trello, which doesn't matter. You can use anything that you want. And I look at all of the things that I'm going to do, and I upload that stuff first. That way I get that into my brain first. That's where I'm going to go. And then we take off and we do our incantations. And somebody asked me about incantations. And as you keep watching these things, you're going to hear all kinds of phrases. If you can't, then you must. Like I just did one. Maybe you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. There is never a lack of resources. There's only a lack of resourcefulness. That's one of my favorites. When it comes to incantations, I like the old stuff. When we start out with a basic every day and every way I'm feeling stronger and stronger, and we do that for a period of time, and then we go into all I need is within me now. And as we're walking or running, these are the things that we're chanting to ourselves. And I do that for about the first half hour of those physical activities. And, they make a difference. I mean, that stuff makes a difference because you're ingraining it into your physical body. The second reason why state management, and it's really the third. First reason is if you're going to accomplish anything that you want, you got to manage your state. That is the number one most important thing, bar none, period, to the quality of your life. Number two, you're fighting your brain a little bit. Know that that's part of the journey, is that your brain is going to resist certain things. You're going to have those moments where it resists you a little bit. That just know that it's there trying to protect you. Thank it. And then move it to the side. I appreciate your help, but this is what I'm going to do. The third thing is states are really it's what we really want. We want to accomplish these goals, and you should. But at the end of the day, the reason that you want to accomplish a goal is because how you think that goal will make you feel. One of the reasons people who become significantly successful very quickly can end up very depressed is because they have a feeling that that goal is going to make them feel a certain way. And it might not. It really is up to them as to whether or not they feel a certain way. People who win the lottery, many times the money goes away after a period of time. Part of that is because it's been ingrained in them. They've never been taught how to manage money, and their relationship with money was always negative. But part of it is also that they had this belief that they were going to feel a certain way when they got all this money, and then they don't. And so they get even more depressed, and so they subconsciously make the money go away. Because then they think, maybe if I go back to where I was more comfortable, maybe I'll feel a little bit better. The end of the day, all of the goals that we want to achieve them because we think it's going to have us feel a certain way. But here's what's interesting. If we feel a certain way, why is it that we'll feel that way? Because we'll choose to. If achieving a goal makes you feel a certain way, that's because you will choose to feel that way at the end of that goal. So here's a trick. Feel that way while you're achieving the goal. If you want to make a certain amount of money because you think that you'll feel free, that'll mean freedom, which is a big deal for a lot of guys. You can use your physiology, your focus, and your language to feel free now and feel free while you achieve that result. And then when you achieve that result, you're going to feel even more free. For feminine energy in this country, many times the desired result is security. And money or a relationship, the belief is money or a relationship will give me that security, that feeling that you're looking for. But again, you can use your physiology, your focus, and your language to feel that security now and be in an even better place to be open towards that relationship or make your current relationship better. So managing your state will get you really all of the things that you want in life quicker. Because if you can manage your state, then you can get around the obstacles that happen to achieve the results that you want to achieve. But at the same time, part of why you want those results is because you think you're going to feel a certain way. And using that triad, you can make it so that you feel that way right now. So think about what you're going to feel like when you feel those goals. What is it that you want to feel? And then think about what would make me feel that way? How could I feel that way now? What would I have to focus on? What would I have to believe? What would I have to think in order to feel that result now, in order to feel those feelings? And then start to ingrain that. And what will happen is the goal will come even that much quicker. Hope that made sense today. I dumped a lot on you. If not, write down your questions and we'll do a little bit more. I'll do more incantations as we keep going. Also, when I do All I Need Is Within Me Now, as we go, each time we go through it, we emphasize a different word. So all I need is within me now. 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 So that way you keep emphasizing the things that are most important. Gave you a lot of information today. I don't know what happened. We just decided to get rolling. Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope that you have a great weekend. We're almost to August. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other. Thanks for watching.